Hi, welcome to Cubs and Culture for May 8th, 2018. Cubs won today 4-3. I actually got to watch the game live. They were playing over the Marlins, but this is actually a really good sort of game for them to have won because of some external factors. One, because they've put up 14 runs yesterday. They have not won the game after putting up double-digit runs yet this season until tonight, so that's one thing. So it was nice to see a nice, productive offensive night. And the pitching they were facing wasn't like weak pitching. It was actually the opening day starter from the Marlins, and then a couple of the bullpen guys from the Marlins at least have had a hot start. So there's that. The other thing is, Yu Darvish was supposed to pitch tonight, but he was scratched because he has the flu or something like the flu. And so it was Ho-Sang Tang, I think is how you say his name. He's a pitcher. This is only his third appearance. He only went 2 innings and gave up 3 runs, which is pretty much what he did last year against the Mets. And the issue was because of the couple of the extra inning affairs against St. Louis, they had to bring in an extra. They couldn't just do a planned bullpen day. They needed to have a couple of people go. So it ended up being Tang for 2 innings, and then Rob Z for 2 innings, and then pretty much everyone else for an inning going. Though fortunately, everyone was most of the heavy hitting bullpen guys all were efficient. So like Morrow, for example, is definitely available because he threw 5 pitches. Baez's groin issue is fine, or was good enough for him to play. He didn't start tonight's game, but he finished the game. Both as a pinch hitter and defensive replacement. So yay, that's cleared. Quintana goes tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that game. Okay, so one of the things that might be happening in the next few weeks, because I'm hearing a lot of dust up and buzz through all my Cubs feeds, is Manny Machado. He's a third baseman, shortstop on the Orioles, and the Orioles are having an absolutely terrible season. They're like 8-27 or something. Which is not a very good record. And Machado is by far their best pitcher, and he's having a very good season. So I'm wondering. So I keep hearing Machado to the Cubs, and Tom Ricketts, who is the owner of the Cubs, just authorized. Okay, so the thing is, Machado's a free agent next year. So there's really no sense of trading for him just for a year, because it's going to take a lot of pieces unless you have a pretty good chance of signing him to a worthwhile deal, for even if it's just for like a year extension. So I keep hearing a ton of buzz about the essential piece of the deal, because it's the one that keeps happening, is Russell to the Orioles for Machado, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. I would hope if the Cubs do this, and they're going to move someone. So I express how I really don't like midseason trades, because I'd rather just lock the roster in place. But in any case, if they're going to move someone, I'm really glad for them to move Russell, because I don't like Russell as a player. He's a very good defensive player, but he's very, like, he seems to have had his best offensive year in 2016. And then he keeps seeming to get progressively worse, etc. The other thing is the Orioles are looking for starters, so I would not be surprised if Mike Montgomery becomes part of the deal because he has he wants to be a starter, because that's what he sort of was groomed for, even though for the last 2 years he has been really valuable as that swing position guy. And I would be very sad to see Mike Montgomery go because of him being the guy who recorded the save in Game 7 of the World Series. So there's that. I almost have The Martian done. I should have it up tomorrow, so that's going to be pretty much it for Cubs and Culture. Nice win. Well-played game of baseball on pretty much everyone's side other than on all the Cubs, defensively, offensively, except for Tang, who got the spot start. There's also a weird moment where Dietrich got nailed at the plate by Ben Zobrist, and then he kind of ran into Caratini, who was catching tonight, to give Contreras a break because of the day game tomorrow. Excuse me. And they kind of had a benches clearing moment, but then it wasn't really a fight because Bryant ended up tickling Castro, which is very, very bizarre. Anyway, so I'm just sort of rambling at this point. Cubs and Culture out, for the one person who's listening. See ya. Have a good night.